tackles, 3 for loss, quite a day. All part of that 20-10 Rams victory. They are now tied with the Cardinals atop of the NFC West. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Jar. We'll talk about those NFC West standings in a moment. But I'm going to go to our defensive captain, Ron Pitts, first.
All right.
Ron, what did you make of the defensive effort against a team in terms of Seattle? They looked a bit lackluster at times tonight.
Well, I think it helped a lot not having Tyler Lockett out there. You know, as people know, he didn't test in or out of protocol in time to play. So that was big. Anytime you don't have to play against that guy, because he helps make Metcalf better, and they work hand in hand. That was big. I thought the run was going to give the Rams a problem at first. You know, Rashad Penny, he had a nice day 2 weeks ago against Houston. He started to go, but they were able to shut him down. Overall, the big thing they had to do was, as they say, put a roof on it and not let the Seahawks have the big play. And then we'll talk about the officiating and some bad calls later on here. But all in all, they were able to keep Metcalf from doing that, and they didn't have another real go-to guy. You saw one of the other receivers that had just been activated. He went up, tried to catch a ball, dropped it. They really didn't have anything to threaten you, and that's big when you're playing this team. I was a little surprised that Russell didn't take off and run as much as he has in the past and could have. We've seen him take off. He had some lanes to go, but he chose not to go.
There's nowhere to go.
0 rushing yards, Ron Pitts, from
nowhere to go.
Russell Wilson. 0 rushing yards.
Russell had to have known. Russell's not crazy. Yeah. This football team defensively, the Rams defensive football team, is built to rush the passer. I mean, you look at, you got Leonard Floyd, you got Von Miller, and you got Aaron Donald in the middle. These are speed rushers. You take off and try to run against these guys, they will run you down. The thing that really jumped out at me was Seattle had 214 total yards.
Total yards.
214 total yards.
And 80 yards were rushing. That team was built to run the football, Jackie, and they just did not come off the ball. They started it. They got away from it. They went to a no-huddle offense. Russell Wilson did not look the same. He looked confused.
He is not the same.
You know what? So much of this game today is based on your game plan and your game ingenuity and how you get your coaches involved and get their offense going. And this the main problem with Seattle. They have to do a complete reversal.
What does it say about the coaches? Because Shane Waldron was the pass game coordinator for the Rams for the last 3 years.
Vince, look at these plays, though, here from Russell Wilson, right? He's got time to throw here. Yeah. He's got time to throw.
Wait a minute. Where's the time to throw? Are you kidding me?
He had two beats back there. He should have let it go, right?
Okay, let me answer that question. Hold on. Let me answer that question. He had Gerald Everett.
2 nines right there.
Okay, maybe not that play.
He had his tight ends. He could have thrown to his back.
Are you kidding me?
He didn't throw. There was no rhyme to reason of where this offense was going.
Yeah.
What were they trying to set up?
I'm telling you right now.
Sean McVay sets up his offense by running the football, then he play action. He'll move the pocket. He'll keep Stafford in the pocket. You know, there's a change of pace. But there was no rhyme to reason to what this team was doing. And that's why they are Seattle's going nowhere.
It's amazing.
And I saw him there. If you notice that last play, he underthrows this ball big time.
But
That's a cover, too. You know, Ramsey's actually got underneath coverage. But he's got the safety coming over the top beat.
Yeah.
This throw right here, Ron. This throw.
Yeah,
This
right
is what
here.
we're talking about. But you see the skip that Russell Wilson does there? That's way too late.
Yeah. Well,
he had the safety bit down. He should have threw the ball sooner with a little more velocity on it.
Also, if you remember on this particular play, he got hit. His hand got hit.
That's coaching, Jackie.
That's the left tackle not blocking Floyd.
That ball should have been gone. That ball should have been gone.
You guys are talking about that wasn't this and that wasn't that and that wasn't that. All you got to do is look at who was in the backfield each and every time. It was their pass rushes. Aaron Donald, you said something about 2 seconds. Yeah, he had 2 in his face, 2 nines.
Okay, I got one last question on this subject for you. So how do you slow down that pass rush, right? Why isn't Rashad Penny middle screen right, middle screen left, little wheel route out of the back? Why are they doing that?
They were doing, and that's why it was a 3-3 game at halftime. That's why it was a 3-3 game at halftime, because they were doing all that stuff you just mentioned, Mark. But then they got away from it. The penalties, we could talk about that all day, but at the end of the day, they got off their plan, and I'm telling you right now, Russell Wilson doesn't look the same. And the rumor is that he's out of there, he's moving on next year, and I know for a fact one thing quarterbacks will do when they are getting ready to leave, They ain't trying to run around and be heroes anymore. He's just trying to play this thing out and move forward. I'm going to tell you, because there were some wide open lanes. I know what you're saying, Jackie, but there were some wide open lanes. The old Russell Wilson would have taken off, run his 15, and slid backwards and pointed first down.
All right, from the question of Russell Wilson's future as a Seahawks quarterback to some of the questionable calls tonight, guys. I mean, yes, the Rams, in the end, they win this one 20-10, but it could have been a lot tighter down the stretch. We have the pass interference call. And this is a 4th down play here.
Here's the play here. That was the no call. And everybody was amazed at why. And, you know, I don't really blame the back for kicking the ball, because that play was so obvious. That's just the shades of New Orleans.
Fair and love.
Here you
and
go,
war.
running into the receiver. Even
Jackie.
You
from
can't
New
get
York
mad at the receiver.
that
The
he hit
receiver
the receiver
blinked.
before the ball arrived.
You know how the insects are flying around there. He got an insect in his eye. He couldn't
Stop, Jackie.
Jackie. Come on, Jackie.
He couldn't see that one.
But you know what
That's
was
all.
bigger than this one, though, I'll tell you, Mark, was when the Rams were backed up
Oh,
on the
third down.
10-yard line. It was 3rd down in a bunch. And they called pass interference on a defender, and he had no business of calling that. He's called
All
holding.
is fair in love and
He
war.
just chucked the receiver at the line of scrimmage.
Jackie's blinded right now with his Rams
yeah,
shades on
But
right
that
now.
was when the game was tied. That changed the whole game.
Exactly. That
We
kept
had
the drive
Blandino.
alive.
Blandino was watching that. We had a good
Blandino
eye on
said
the
the same
situation.
thing.
Had a good eye on the situation. There's no way there was a penalty there.
That's not what he said.
Boy, Jackie, we got to check your bank account, man. We got to check your direct deposit.
Checks in the mail. Jackie Slater.
on,
That's
Jackie.
Jackie with an IE at
Come
the
on,
end.
guys. There was no penalty there. Referee can see it.
All right, guys.
Like a scene out of Untouchables.
How about we take a look at what the updated NFC West standings look? If we told you 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that all of a sudden these two teams were going to be sitting at 10-4 in the Cardinals and Rams, you would have called me crazy. But you already do sometimes, Vince. But you would have called me crazy.
Well, I'm telling you what, with those standings the way they are, I would have told you the Cardinals 2 weeks ago were the team to beat. But that's not the case anymore. I mean, 2 weeks have changed. And this whole complexion is different. The 49ers are the team to watch out for, and the Rams are coming on strong. So
I agree with Vince. I agree with Vince. The 49ers are a scary football team to me. You know, they beat the Rams early, and the way they did it, man, they had 2 or 3 16, 18-play drives in that ball game, just controlled the line of scrimmage there with those guys on the left side, Lakin, Tomlinson, and Williams. Those guys did a fantastic job. They're going to have to be dealt with next go around. The Cardinals,
and you know what
the Cardinals are imploding from the head coaching position.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Play calling.
What's the neutralizing factor, Ron?
It's
the
play
coaching.
calling is
okay, you got Kyle
imploding for the
Shanahan
Cardinals.
in 49ers. I don't know what's going on in Arizona.
Coaching, absolutely. Kingsbury has lost that team for right now. You dropped 2 in a row, and the second one being to the Detroit Lions. So now they're coming back home and playing the red-hot Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
You talk about a must-win situation, your back is against that proverbial wall, by all means.
Against a great team.
Let's go ahead and then widen things in the NFC a little bit and look at the NFC playoff picture as it stands right now. Yes, the Cardinals, as of right now, are still the division winner, so they get that number 4 seed. But crazy that all of a sudden San Francisco is back in it. I think we all thought all along the Rams would either be a division winner or in one of those wild card spots. If I have to pick one of those 7, 6, 5, or the 2 bottom teams, the Saints or the Eagles, not to make it, not be in it, who's not in there in the end?
Saints and Eagles. They're not in it. The Packers are the best team I've seen. Cowboys, watch out for the Cowboys because Dak Prescott can do it all.
They got
he
the
can
number
throw
one
from under center on a quick pass. I haven't seen anybody in the league do that.
The Cowboys have the number 1 offense in pro football.
Watch them out.
The number 1 offense in pro football. You can talk about Dak and all of his technical issues and everything all you want. All I know is this is the number 1 offense in pro football.
I don't think Minnesota survives either. I think they get replaced real fast in that 7 spot.
You know, Rod, I'm inclined to agree, but I've just had so many bad run-ins with Minnesota Minnesota
going back
during
in the
the
day,
holidays,
Jackie. I know.
The day after Christmas. Oh man! Every time I think about the losses that we had in Minnesota around Christmas time, day after Christmas, it just makes you sick.
Well,
so I don't know
I remember that.
what's liable to happen in Minnesota.
Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson,
there you
two
go.
of the top receivers in all of football. Watch out, they're going to be back this week.
Well, I think that's what a lot of people say, guys. They say, really, you look at the Vikings, they're not a 7-7 football team because of all the talent that they had. Of course, Adam Thielen picked up an injury. We've had some missed time in the backfield with Dalvin Cook. But they have a ton of talent offensively, and they can. I mean, they can put up points on you in a hurry. And guess what? Who do the Rams play next?
At
on a short
Minnesota.
Day after Christmas. That's the
going
thing
to be
that
a tough
concerns
game
me.
now.
That's the
That's
thing
going
that
to be a tough
concerns me.
one. Yeah.
And you know they've invested in their offensive line in Minnesota as well. They got some guys that can block.
Oh, Dalvin Cook knows that.
Yeah,
Those holes there,
that's right.
that cut back in zone play.
Jackie, take us through this here. Let's look at the remaining schedule for both the Rams and the Cardinals right now, because we've got just 3 weeks left in the regular season for both of these teams. And as you look at it, I mean, here, of course, is all 4 teams in the NFC West, but we're focused in on L.A. and Arizona.
Well, the Rams got Minnesota, and I just told you how I felt about that. Baltimore, you know, without their starting quarterback, I think they can go and beat those. They can beat those guys.
Hundley's
San
pretty good.
Francisco concerns me. They've always concerned me. I hate the 49ers with a passion. You know that. Did I ever tell you that? I told you that.
Yeah, but they got Tennessee this week.
Yeah,
That'll be
I
a tough
know.
game.
So they got the 49ers got Tennessee, then they got Houston, then the Rams. So they got a tough schedule over there.
Yeah.
And see, the Seahawks, I mean, you look at them, and I just don't think that they're going to be able to make it out of there.
No.
Well, Vince, the hard part here, if you're looking at just L.A. and Arizona, is basically all 3 teams that the Rams face, they still have playoff aspirations. But
Absolutely.
if you get down to the Cardinals, yes, those first 2 games in the next couple weeks, Colts and Cowboys, those are playoff teams likely.
Right.
But then you got Seattle to end the season. What are they going to be playing for at that point in the final regular season
Nothing.
game?
Well, if they lose 2 of the 3, I don't think they're going to be in the running. They may be a wild card team, but the Rams have a chance.
Right.
I mean, the Rams are going to have to win 2 of 3.
They got to win 2
They
or
gotta
3.
win
And
2 or 3.
they're catching both these teams, I think, at a good time.
Ron, I know Jackie hates the 49ers, but do they get in the mix, you think?
Oh, well, I believe they have a very good shot of getting in the mix. And remember, I think what the Rams want to try to avoid is having to beat them here at home in that final game with the track record the 49ers have against the Rams. They've got the Rams number, so they're going to come in here very confident.
All right.
We got the refs on our side, Ron.
Oh, man.
Don't forget.
Wow. You're right about
Now,
that.
you ought not to be saying that. That's illegal. We're not supposed to have the refs on our side.
What went on tonight?
Hey, referees are out there.
I
aren't they?
maintain that the referees were on top of their game tonight. They
Come
did.
on.
They operated with a
That's
great
not
deal.
what that's not
They
what the
operated with a great deal
officer
Yeah,
in New
of
York.
pride and dignity in their work tonight.
Mark,
Jackie,
go to commercial.
I'm going to have Jackie
Go to
finish.
commercial,
I'm
Mark.
actually going to have Jackie finish on something that he really knows what he's talking about here. He was talking about the defensive play. We heard from Von Miller there. I think you made a great point. This is the first time, maybe all season since Von Miller has come over, that we saw all 3 of those guys, you can maybe include a couple other guys, come to play and have a dramatic outcome on how this game finishes
That's right.
out.
They're spending a lot of money. Von Miller. We know about Aaron Donald. He's just going to his 8th consecutive Pro Bowl. And Leonard Floyd. These guys are all pass rushers, man. They can beat you one-on-one. And if you get in a situation, if the Rams, to me, the Rams' formula for success from this point on is to be methodical and score early, get the lead,
Early,
and have
yep.
other people play from behind. Because
Yep.
when that starts happening, if they don't have the patience to run the ball, and hit them in the lips, then they're going to start throwing that football, and those 3 guys are going to feast on their quarterback.
Pinning those ears back and coming for the quarterback. We'll hit another time out here on Sports Wrap. When we come back, Christmas Day just around the corner, and Fox Sports has something special.